Service effect defined. Every being tends to utilize whatever he has at his disposal in the playing of games. This applies to any effect. For example, he may find himself stuck with a chronic pain in the back. He may use this pain in the back to dominate his family. He may use it as an excuse for a trip around the world so he can see the sights. He may use it as the reason he needs solitude. His being stuck with the pain would be a must-know postulate. His dominating the family with it would be a must-be-known postulate. His using it to take his trip around the world to see the sights would be a must-know postulate. His demanding solitude would be a mustn't-be-known postulate. Do you see how this works? He uses his chronic back pain as a method of achieving his own postulates. This effect serves him, so to speak, thus we call it a service effect. Always be prepared to consider an effect as a service effect, something which the being presses into service in life to aid him in the playing of games. What starts out as a must-be-known is used by another who must know it, and is now stuck with it as something to hide in and resist the world with. In truth, the being is hampered by this effect. He is always more capable without the dependency upon it. But only when he spots this will he relinquish the effect. The idea of a service effect is not a new one. In the older subjects of Dianetics and Scientology, Hubbard talked about what's called a service facsimile, and he titled it such as the Scientology technology leans towards the idea that we have mental image pictures, or facsimiles of the physical universe in our minds. Hubbard considered that a service facsimile was one that the being created themselves, along with a computation of making self right and others wrong. Scientology has a vast technology for handling these service facsimiles, and if you want an early, more basic explanation of what a service facsimile is and how it's handled, the recommended reading would be Handbook for Pre-Clears by L. Ron Hubbard. Service effect in TROM and service facsimile in Scientology have almost the same meaning. However, there is no special handling for this phenomenon in TROM. One simply does the exercises in TROM, aware that this phenomenon exists, and that's all that's needed, as opposed to the extensive direct address to service facsimiles done in Scientology, thus making TROM therapy a more efficient way to handle this and other phenomena in the mind.